right, guys, let's get this charted on the way. I see some decent setups for some options trades for this week coming. So let's see if we can get these chart patterns in and levels to trade. One of my more significant stocks in terms of potential trades will be MSTR. Now I know that this company isn't doing super well because it is a Bitcoin basically institution. Like they buy and hold Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's been dumping. So if Bitcoin doesn't reverse, I don't know how much like power this will have to go back to the upside. We shall see the signal slash pattern that I always like to trade is there, so I'm just gonna try to go with it. Now, speaking of Bitcoin, let's see where Bitcoin is currently. Um, Daily chart. So Bitcoin is as bearish as they come. Like we're making uh lower highs, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? That's basically what we're dealing with right now. So who knows what direction it's gonna try to take in the coming weeks, but this is a form of consolidation that we're dealing with right here at this level. So I don't know, but I don't wanna ignore the trade setup. If Bitcoin moves and MSTR moves as well, then so be it. But let's get back. Okay, so I am watching this because we are at this pretty significant level of support back here. So these bottom wicks right there, we price action cleared out those lows from the left side over here and basically wicked up. So liquidity has been taken, right? So liquidity taken, and then we have this bullish hammer candle that was formed. This candle right here that was formed. Let me move this drawing. So whenever this candle is found at support, um, whenever this candle is found at like a major support, you should always pay attention to it because it could signal a reversal, right? But that's not the only thing that I saw here. Let me get into my notes. So MSCR has basically bullish divergence, which is my favorite thing to trade, right? That's when the RSI and MACD are pointing in one direction and price is slanting in the other. So if you look down here, you'll see the MACD, which is a momentum oscillator, is pointing upwards, right? Actually, let me get rid of that. The MACD is pointing up. The RSI is pointing up, right? And price has basically been pointing down, right? So price is slanting downwards, and that's indicated by this lower low and this lower low. So price is making lower lows, right? While the indicators are showing higher lows, higher lows. So that's why I know that there's a discrepancy between the oscillators and what price is currently doing. So we have bullish divergence, that's one thing. We have a indecision doji that popped up, which also can be a sign of a reversal. That's this green candle here. So indecision doji at support, and then we have a bullish hammer at support. What else? and liquidity swept. So four things telling me that we could possibly see a reversal. I would like to catch this. Let's see. There's a fair value gap right here. At the, what is this? 155.79 down to 155.67. There's a fair value gap. I would love if Monday morning when we open, if price could just simply come down here, tap it, and then just stair step higher and break out of this wedge that it's in. So to break out of this this white resistance line here. So we shall see what happens. If I can't get it that low, I'll more than likely take the break of the top of the hammer, because that's how you're technically supposed to trade this specific candle, right? You're supposed to take the break above the highs of this hammer and then put your stop loss. This is going to be a risk management thing too. You would put your stop loss below the low of the hammer down here. So between from here to here is a pretty significant level. You have to price. You have to size appropriately, where the drawdown from here to here won't make you panic and change your trade-in plan. So I will definitely. I'll size light. I'll probably just end up take 2 contracts at the breakout here because my account can tolerate it, and we shall see. So that's definitely watch number 1 for me. And then number 2 would be what is this again? AT&T. So AT&T is in this fallen wedge again, one of my favorite patterns to trade. We're in this fallen wedge, right? And I see that price swept this low. That's what these candles did. Swept this low, and now we're having basically a change of structure, a market structure shift, right? So all the things that I see before I get to that, there's a weekly engulfing candle, right? Which is this one. I don't like the volume on it, but it did engulf the body of this one. We also have a fallen wedge, which is another bullish thing. We swept liquidity, right? So could be a sign of reversal on a 4-hour, even hourly time frame. We do have a market structure shift from we had lower lows, lower highs, right? Where is it? Right here. So we are basically doing this, right? Price was falling, and then we changed structure, right? And now we made, so the last higher low was this one, and we broke it, and then we broke this high. So I'm looking for a breakout of that this pattern. The entry won't be as accurate as I would like it to be, or as ideal as I would like it to be. If I had caught this earlier when the market structure shift occurred, where the first higher high was created, or the new higher high, I would have tried to take the basically the retest of that level, but you know, you're not going to always get them how you want them. So I would take the breakout and be very mindful of this fair value gap right here. This is the 50% of it, which can basically serve as a line of resistance for price. So I'll be watching that closely. Next on my list is PayPal. PayPal is interesting. It's definitely given me like mixed feelings though, and I'll show you why. On a, where is it? Where are my notes? On a daily time frame, I did find a Head and Shoulders, but I'm definitely having a hard time identifying this thing right now. Where did I see it, or was it on a lower time frame? Oh, 4 hour. Hourly. Oh, maybe I'm tripping. I don't know why I wrote that down, but I could have sworn I wrote head and shoulders on it. Anyway, let's scratch that. So, currently, PayPal has a 3-touch trend line, right? So on a lower time frame, if you look, we're consolidating in this symmetrical triangle here. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you, price needs somewhere to go. It can't just consolidate in this triangle forever. Eventually, it will need to break out. Now, the question to ask yourself, is this going to be like a power of 3 type situation where we consolidate, right? And then manipulate to trap traders and then go in the direction that we want? Or are we just going to simply like consolidate, break out, retest, and go? The trade plan is to basically work off of whatever price action is given me. So if it's a breakout retest trade, so be it. If it's a breakout reversal, then I'll deal with that. I'm not 100% sure. I don't have volume to back up where this move could potentially go, but it is pretty light currently. So we'll see where that ends up. So we have 3-touch trend line, 3-touch point trend line on the 4-hour, right? And basically there's a indecision weekly doji again at support. This thing usually signals weakness in the current trend, so it could be a sign of a reversal. Price is also compressing in that triangle, so we shall wait and see. Next on the list is Hershey's. Let me see what else I have here. Yeah, Hershey's is the next one. And the reason why I'm watching this is another 3-touch trend line trade. So if you look, you'll see that we're respecting this trend line here. We have 1, 2. I mean, this technically is a bounce, but it didn't touch this trend line. And then 3. So we have 3 touches of a trend line. We made this bullish looking hammer candle, right? Hold on. We have this hammer candle right here, this red one, and then we also have an inside bar. So this bar, right, is inside of this one, right? And then the bar after this green one is inside the body of this one. So usually when you see price basically staying in a range like that, the move that it makes when it finally breaks out is pretty significant. I will basically take a long trade off of this breakout, and it could be a break and retest because price will break out of these levels like with momentum, and you'll think that you didn't, you know, like get a chance to get into the trade. Like getting it up here or even here is not ideal, but more often than not, you'll see them come down, bounce, and then try to like complete the move that they want to make. So it's all about patience and discipline with some of this, some of these trade setups. So those are the only 4 that I'm currently watching. We will see what happens Monday morning. Hopefully I can catch one of these before going to work. Outside of that, the last video I made for an options watch list were it basically had like a few stocks that were like massive runners out of the patterns that I was watching. CCL, Continental Cruise Lines, was definitely one. This thing broke out of, I believe it was some kind of channel I saw, and my drawing got deleted. I don't even know where this is, but I know this for sure was a winner. You would have to go back to the video from 2.5, 3 weeks ago to see. CMG, I remember off the top of my head because I caught this twice. I caught this breakout from this fallen wedge right here. So this was over a 100 percenter. And then I sold out of it somewhere up here, right? Saw this bull flag being formed, and I caught this breakout too. I sold I sold it early. I sold it somewhere in this consolidation because I didn't want to lose too much of the money. But really, it's basically just flag breakout, flag breakout. I didn't hold it as long as I was planning to because this gap is what I thought we were gonna fill, and it looks like we're actually going. So that was pretty nice. AMAT, I didn't get an entry on AMAT. I caught AMAT for a flag breakout, didn't get the retest, but this one broke out without me. It is what it is. Amazon, right? Amazon, I didn't catch. I think I was at work, and by the time I saw it, it was already like somewhere up here. And I don't know, I prefer to get the retest or the actual breakout level. So no entry on that. TGT, this is a massive winner for me as well. We caught the retest from this breakout. I sold early because I didn't want to give back any of my profits. What a shocker. So Carnival, Chipotle, Target, Best Buy, I didn't get an entry on. I think this trade setup was invalidated. Yeah, it was invalidated. I didn't get an entry on this one. Oh, the biggest winner I had over the 3 week period, because I just sit and wait for these to like play out. I don't go looking for other potential setups. Was this breakout on the 4 hour time frame of Lily. So I don't know what happened. I think it was something to do with the Trump administration. Lily went on this parabolic move, broke out of this all-time high level over here. My friend told me about it, that it was moving, but again, if I don't get a proper entry, I'm not getting in. So I watched Lily basically break out, right? And then when it started pulling back, I was waiting to see where we would show signs of a reversal. We didn't get back to the all-time highs to use them as support, but we did form this channel and ended up breaking out of it. And I think within 2 days or so, this thing was up like 80, wait, maybe like 40%. Yeah, it was up like 40%. I didn't get far out in the money contracts because that will affect your return. So I sold out of this already. I am currently in NFLX. I'm currently in Netflix. I caught this. This looked like a power of three to me, where you have again the consolidation, manipulation to trap traders, and now we're gonna push to the direction that we want to go. We shall see. I'm up maybe. Wait, what's the percentage on this? I am up 12% in this position right now, so not too bad. I'm gonna wait and see what happens there. And then Costco, I also got into Costco because of the breakout of this level, the retest of it. And this is up 40% right now. I'm gonna sell when we start hitting these levels of resistance. To be continued. Right. So MSTR, Target, PayPal, Hershey's, Microsoft consolidating. I'm just watching this. I'm not super convinced that I want to take a trade off of that yet. This is a trend line setup, but we are changing our structure. Like we broke out of this trend line here. Now we're like kind of making lower lows, so who knows. Kroger, again, it's like a symmetrical triangle. Under Armour, I'm just watching this. This thing just doesn't move the way I would like it to. Oracle has too much debt. I don't know. I think they're going to need some type of news catalyst to break out of this channel. Dell is pushing up against resistance level. Structure is bullish, like higher lows, higher high, higher lows, higher high. So could potentially get a continuation trade off of that. KO, nothing there. I missed the entry on this because of this doji, this inverted hammer. I was gonna take an entry when we broke below. I missed that one. No movement. Hims looks interesting. 3 touches of a trend line, and now wait, 1, 2, 3. All right, this is the 4th touch, but we made a bullish hammer, so we'll see where that goes. Oklo, nothing. This trade I missed. This breakout I missed. I thought we would bounce off the support. We did not, so maybe it's somewhere further down. eBay is a breakout trade. It's confirmed too. Like we have a bullish candle closing above our trend line with some rise in volume. Smaller things that I'm looking at. That's it for the list. Top 4: MSTR, Target, PayPal, Hershey's, and then notable mentions.